should hit C. Okay, that didn't print. Ah, there it goes. At the very last run update sheet. Okay. I guess I could do once with no resets. For now. Okay, that's that. Boom. Now, the next thing is actually setting up the stats. So, we're going to set text on each one of these little buttons. Don't quite need that much text. Literally just a plus. I can line it up again later. Almost. There we go. That looks... he has gone... Yes, I may have actually gone insane. I would not, deny that. Doop. Minus, and then set it to 15. This is the glamorous part of game development that no one ever wants to remember is, sometimes you gotta do boring crap like, oh, I get to type this in 400 times. The part that weeds out the many who are like, oh, I could totally do game design, and then they realize just how monotonous some activities can be. Thank goodness it's monotonous, though, because I'm pretty sure my brain is actually melted by this point. Boom. Okay, so. Boom. On clicked. Strength up. This part's easy. Boom. Strength down. I'm actually gonna just finesse up, finesse down. Since these are already set up, it's glorious. I didn't want on press, I wanted on clicked. There is actually a difference in that. If you do pressed, then you can do also release actions and stuff like that, but we don't need that for this. So on clicked is just going to be more useful for us. Let's see, because it isn't like it's a kind of the same, but kind of not. Boom. Int up. Int down. Oh. It's true though. That's funny. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Sorry, I was laughing at something Bloody Bobby said in chat. Is he said one's like a punch, the other's like a punch and a hug. Just so you don't think I'm insane and just laughing at myself. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't put it past me to be insane, but I don't think I am yet. I am, however, probably going to go get some beer after we finish today. I think I'm gonna do that. Some beer would be lovely. Oh, why is my phone going off? Who is? Oh, it's just Sprint. Okay. I have no interest in talking to Sprint right now. Up. And down. Okay. So, do this, hit new game, hit finalize, hit this, and we get all of our lovely information. Why is that print? Anyways. And those are working. So, to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at here, this is the original stat sheet that we had working, which was frankly a mess. If you go into here, resetting skill points. Oh wait, that's okay. This is something completely different and going to be a whole other nightmare to deal with. But we had all these on clicked and stuff like that. But then in each of these buttons, we had it set to all these different things. Let's see. Each one of these is bound to its own event. Where if you open it, so like every single one of them has all of their own stuff. Where it's constantly what binding does is every frame it updates. So if you need something to update every frame, binding is great. But in our case, we don't. And in fact, that would be that tended to be actively pointless and cost a lot for gaining very little. Whereas if you look at our character sheet now, it's not only significantly simplified, so we don't have all that mess. This fits properly on the screen. All of our stuff updates, and it's not being called every frame, which means our frames are free to do other things. All this is doing is saying every time a change is made, update the sheet or update the sheet with the new information. That's what all this is doing. Is every time a change is made and this is fired, it updates all of these and says, okay, what is your level? What is this? What is that? Is it the same? Great, we'll leave it alone. If not, we'll set it to the new thing. Um, each of these, let's see, this is strength. These are very simple. They don't require much. Int, wisdom, and charm. Then we're going to take each of these, move them over here. Boom. And we run the open character update, so the only thing we really need to set is that. Boom. Okay. That's perfectly understandable, Judge. This is all stuff. There's some stuff that I've learned very recently. Like, I've been using bindings for everything, and I found out incredibly recently, actually, just before I did the event dispatcher tutorial a few weeks ago. Just before that is when I found out that when you do the when you do bindings, it actually sets things on frame. And so, like, let's say you have a bunch of widgets that you keep open constantly, and you just call them up and down or left and right. Every single thing that's bound within those widgets is running on frame. So that can be problematic, especially if you have a widget intensive game. Excuse me. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to do right now. This covers most of everything for now, but there is so much more we need to do to get this thing ready. Um, think right here I want to have an image that goes over this whole thing.